Good morning and welcome to today's workout. My name is Bill and I'm a personal trainer here at the YMCA, and today we're going to be doing a low impact full body strength workout. We're going to be concentrating more on technique this time rather than on doing something high impact and in a time interval. So we're just going to be doing reps together on this one. We're going to try and not make it too complicated. We're going to do a full body exercise. We're going to do a full body workout, and we're going to start with legs. And well, let's do a warm up first. Let's start with some high knees. I just like doing some high steps before we get going. Loosen up the muscles first thing in the morning. Get the blood flowing. And just do some high knees. We're going to go 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, 1, and now let's bring that back. Let's kick the heels back. Try to see if you can touch your backside with your heels. Flexibility in the knees. We're working hamstrings here. If you're tight in the hamstrings, you might only be able to go this far. Just fine. That's fine. Just do what you can. We're just warming up. Let's go 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's kick forward. Kick out. Alternating legs. Here we're working quads, so the front of your legs, your quadriceps, and we're working your core. You probably feel it. The higher you kick your feet, the more you feel it in your abdominals. All right. And let's do 4 more of these. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now let's go backwards. Same thing. I'm kicking my legs, trying to lock the knees a little bit as much as I can. Then just kick your feet back. Shoulder down away from your ears. You're going to feel this in the backs of your legs now. Hamstrings and glutes. Maybe a little bit in the lower back. And again, if you can just go here, that's fine. Just go whatever you're able to do. Okay, let's do some arm swings. Let's go forward. Big, big, big swings. Far as you can. Big circles. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now back the other way. Loosen up the shoulders. Feels good. First thing in the morning. What a way to wake up, huh? Just terrific. Feeling good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Good. Let's do some hugs. Hug yourself. Again, loosening up the shoulders. So what I'm doing here is I'm alternating which arm is on top as I swing them around. So I got left and right, and left and right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do just a few torso rotations. So I'm going to start down, and then I'm going to push myself around. And each time I'm going to reverse directions. Pushing the hips out, and pushing the hips back. Pushing the hips out and back. Really stretching it out. Flexing and extending. Now let's go 2 more. And 1. And 2. Good. All right. We'll get started. Okay. We're going to start with legs. When we're doing full body workouts like this, we want to start with the largest muscles first and go down to the smallest. So we're going to start with legs. And my favorite leg exercise, if anybody's ever worked with me before, as a personal trainer, as a Group X instructor, it's legs. I like to do squats, all right? So we're going to do squats a little bit differently today. We're going to do a wide leg squat. So feet are out wide, wider than hips, and your toes are pointing out about 45 degrees. I'm going to pull up. And we're just going to start with hands together and squat down, deep as you can go, and then push it back up. Squat down and push it back up. So I'm just showing you right now, so we don't have to do it yet. But what I want to show you from the side, I want your back to be as straight as possible. So really work in the glutes as you're pushing up. All right? You want to push from your heels. Feel those glutes engage as you push up. All right? All right, let's do them together. Now, the reason we're doing squats is because think of how many times you get up from sitting a day. It's a really, really, really important exercise to be able to do. All right, let's go. And 1. We're going to do 12. And 2. And 3. And 4. See if you can get low. 5. 6. Feel it right in here, too. Right in your adductors. 7. 8. 9. 10, 2 more. Let's do them together. 11 and 12. Nice. Okay, how'd you feel about those? Awesome, right? That is a really good, you're working every lower muscle in your body when you're doing those. You're working your quads, you're working your hamstrings, you're working your glutes, calves. You're even getting into your lower back. But I'll tell you, if you keep the glutes tight, and if you do the exercise the way I'm telling you by pushing with your heels, you're not going to feel it in your lower back as well. Let's do 12 more, okay? Here we go. Wide feet, about 45 degrees out. Wide knees far apart. We're going to go out. Try to keep your knees in line with your toes. And 2. And 3. And 4, chest is high, and 5, and 6, and 7, yeah, and 8, good way to start the day, and 9, 10, beautiful, 2 more, 11, and 12, good, and come up. And now we're going to do a back exercise. So for back exercise, I like to do reverse flies. So for this, you might need some light weights, or actually you can do it without weight if you want to. I'll show you with weight. I'm going to turn sideways to show you the position for this. I'm going to start with my feet about shoulder width apart. My knees are slightly bent. I'm going to push my hips back and bring my upper body forward with my back straight. I'm going to start with my hands out a little wider than my knees, and I'm just going to bring my arms up, keeping them long and keeping them extended. And when I bring them up all the way, I'm going to bring my shoulder blades together. I'm going to push my shoulder blades together. So this is what it looks like from the front. My knees are slightly bent. Push my hips back. Upper body's down. Hands are wider than the knees. And we're going to go up for 1 and 2. Let's do them together. 3, 4, 5. Now, when I'm doing this also, 6, my eyes are looking at the floor just about 5 feet in front of me. 9, 10, I think so anyway. 2 more. 11 and 12. Good. You can come up. Now, if you're doing these without weight, you can do the same thing. Not hard. We're just going to go here. But when you come up, I want you to bring those shoulder blades together. Really scrunch in. Bring the arms up as high as you can. Scrunch in those shoulder blades. That's what activates the back muscles. Okay? Let's do them again. Pick up your weights. I'm going to do these from the side this time. Feet again, shoulder about hip width apart, knees slightly bent. Push the hips back. Back is flat. Shoulders down away from the ears. Chin is tucked. I'm looking about 5 feet in front of me. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11. It's always those 2 more that get you, right? 12. Good. All right. 2 sets of back exercises. All right, next one. We're going to go to chest. So for chest, you know, there's a lot of different exercises we can do, but the one that we can do just with body weight is the good old-fashioned push-up. So we're going to do a push-up today, but we're going to add a little bit more, I guess, range of motion to it so that we can feel this a little bit more in the backs of the shoulders and in what's called your serratus anterior, which is right here alongside your ribs. Okay? So, push-up, as always, you can do on your knees or you can do on your toes. But when you're doing it, I want your hips to be low, not up here. And I want your elbows to be back. So a lot of people do push-ups like this. They put their elbows out and they hunch their shoulders up. That's not the way to do a push-up. You want your elbows to go back and your shoulders to be down. All right? Now, we're actually going to increase the range of motion of the push-up by when you're in your up position, we're going to push off the floor a little bit more and try to curve the shoulders around the chest. So you're pushing up a little bit farther than you normally would. Then come back to that position. We're going to go down and push up and then bring the shoulders around the chest. Okay? So whether you choose to do that on your toes or your knees, it's fine with me. But let's do 12 of them together, okay? So start in that plank position. Shoulders down away from the ears. And we're going to go down into the push-up, come up, and then push off the floor. For 1, and down again, push off the floor. For 2, come down. For 3, push off the floor. Try to wrap the shoulder blades, or try to push the shoulders away from the floor. And 4, push off. 5, push off. 6, push off. 7, push off the floor. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Okay, so where you're feeling those push-ups is in the chest, a little bit probably in the shoulders because you're working the shoulders. But I also want to see if you can feel that in your serratus anterior down here. We're going to try them again. And this time really concentrate. Now I also want to show you if you want to do a push-up like this too, it's fine. The closer your knees are to the middle of your body, the easier the push-up is. But what I'm focusing on this time is that further extension by trying to fold your shoulder blades around your chest. Okay, let's try it again. So feet are wide, shoulders are down, glutes are squeezed, glutes are tight, and down and up and push off the floor, and down and up and push off the floor, down and up, push off the floor. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9. Get that little extra push. 10, 11, 12. Good. All right. So we've done legs, we've done back, we've done chest. Time to do legs again. Yeah, I know. Fooled you, right? Okay, so when I say legs, this exercise is actually going to work glutes and hamstrings. And you can do this anywhere in your house. You can do it, I'm going to do it by leaning against a bench here. But you can also do this by being on the floor and using your hands. I'll show you both ways. So I'm going to put my back on the bench, put my hips down. They're almost touching the floor. And all I'm going to do is press down with my heels and push my hips up. And when I'm at the top, I'm really squeezing my glutes together and working the glutes and the hamstrings. Now, if you want to do this, if you don't have a couch to lean against or a bench to lean against, just do it with your hands forward and your hips low, and we're just going to go up and down and up and down. But I'm going to do it on the bench because I like doing it on the bench. We're going to do 12 of these. So my back is on the bench, hips are low, feet are out. Let's do them together. I'm going to push up and go as high as we can. And 1, and I'm sucking in the stomach while I'm doing this, squeezing the glutes while I'm doing it. That's 2. Up at the top, when you're at your very top, that's when you squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Really working the hamstrings here. 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, we're not just doing 10, we're doing 12. Yikes. 11. One more, you got this. And 12. Excellent. Okay. All right. We're almost 20 minutes into this thing, and I haven't had a drink yet. So let's pause for some water. So, great leg exercise that is. Really good way to activate those glutes. And concentrate a lot on glutes because you use your glutes for almost everything. Use them for walking. I think of your glute muscles as like the transmission of your car. They kind of make everything move. Your glutes are involved in almost every body movement. All right, let's do it again. Hips are down. I'm going to push off my heels, really engage as I come up. 1, stomach is sucked in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are we doing this together? 7. Yeah. 8. Pick up the hips as high as you can. 9, but keep those glutes tight. 10. 2 more. You might feel this in the lower back a little bit, so you want to keep the glutes tight. 11 and 12. Nicely done. Okay. So, let's move to triceps next. So with triceps, I'm going to do this again with some light weights. It's one of my favorite exercises. We're going to do what we call tricep kickbacks. With a tricep kickback, we're going to be in that same kind of position that we were in when we were doing reverse flies. So my knees again are shoulder width apart, slightly bent, push the hips back, back is straight. I'm going to start with my elbows at 90 degrees, with weights in both hands, and I'm just going to extend my arms back. Try to get your elbows to lock. And what we're working here, you should feel this in the back of your arms, your triceps. So let's do 12 together. All right? Push the upper body as forward as you can. You want to be you want to be fighting gravity. So, I'm going to push the weight back for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And if you want to talk about breathing while we're doing this, that's 5. When you're defying gravity is when you want to be exhaling. 7. So it looks like this. 10, 11, 12. And good. Bring it back in. Rest a bit. And then we'll do them again. So just a note about what I was talking about before. Whenever you are lifting weights, whenever you're moving the weight up or away from you is when you want to be exhaling. So I tell my clients, let the exhalation drive the movement. So, for example, when I'm pushing my arms back, I'm defying gravity, right? So that's when I exhale. All right, let's do them together again. All right, knees slightly bent, hips pushed back, upper body forward, elbows 90 degrees. My elbows are going to be pinned to the side of my body. I don't want to move my elbows at all. And now I'm going to go back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got to be feeling this in the triceps, right? 7, 8. Backs of the arms. Really depends on how far you push your hands up as to whether you get into the triceps or not. You want to extend the arms all the way. 11 and 12. Good. All right. Last exercise. We're going to be doing some core work next. So I said full body, right? So we've done legs, back, chest, legs again, triceps. And now we're going to do core. All right, so for core, I'm going to lay down on the floor, and we're going to do what we call reverse crunches. So a crunch typically is your knees are bent, your head is back, and you're trying to bring your head and your shoulders close to your knees, right? So a reverse crunch is when you're doing the opposite. I'm going to put my head down and bring my knees to my head. All right, so the way we're going to do these crunches today, though, reverse crunches today, is we're going to do oblique reverse crunches. So we're going to be working the sides of your abdominal muscles or your oblique muscles. So instead of just bringing the knees in towards your head, we're going to bring the knees out towards the side. In towards your head, but out towards your shoulders, I guess. Left shoulder, right shoulder, left shoulder, right shoulder. Okay? Let's do these together. We'll do 12. And let's say each rep is each to one side. Okay? So my hands are on the floor. Head is back. I'm going to bring my knees up so they're about 90 degrees. I'm going to suck in my stomach, push my back into the floor, and I'm just going to bring my knees in each way. So here we go together. And 1, and 1, and 1, and 2, and 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. When I say to keep the abs tight, it's kind of funny because you really can't do this without tightening up your abdominals. 11 and 12. Good. All right. So rest from that. And then I want to do them one more time. So, where you should be feeling this? Right here, obviously, right? Your abdominal muscles. And the key thing is to really try and get those hips off the floor, all right? Because that's what engages your abdominals more than anything, is lifting your hips up. All right, let's get set again. Head on the mat, hands flat on the mat, stomach sucked in, knees up at 90 degrees. Hard to talk when I'm doing this, really. My voice gets stuck in my throat. And ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. To the left and to the right for 1, left and right for 2. Hips up, 4, 5, keep that stomach sucked in, 6, 7, by the way, when are we defying gravity here? 8, so you want to exhale, 9, 10, when you're defying gravity is when you exhale, last one, excellent, okay, good. Oh man, that feels good. You may feel that tomorrow. I'm serious. You may feel that tomorrow. All right. Let's do a little bit of stretching to end our day. I want to start by just standing up. And we'll start with a hamstring stretch. I'm going to start by putting my right foot out on my heel, standing up as tall as I can, and then I'm going to push my chest out towards my toe. I'm dropping my left hip down and feeling a stretch all along my calf and my hamstring, possibly into my glute as well. And just holding that stretch and breathing. The more you flex the toe, the more you feel it in the calf. When I say flex the toe, I mean pointing the toe towards the head. All right, let's go the other way. Let's go with the left foot. Heel on the floor. Starting tall. Turn towards your toe. Push your chest out towards the toe. That feels really good after doing all those squats and all the lunges. And just breathe. With each exhalation, you can sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. Good, okay. Now, let's stretch out the hamstrings, or let's stretch out the glutes a little bit. Let's start hands high, and we're going to swan dive down. I bend my knees while I'm doing this. I push my hips back, and I just bring my hands down and just let them drop. Pushing my hips back. Feel a stretch in the glutes, feel a stretch in the hamstrings. And breathe. Exhale. And again, keep your knees bent while you're doing this. Much safer. And now let's come up slowly. Put the hands on the shins. Hands on the thighs. And come all the way up. Good. All right. Let's do a little bit of stretch on the side. I'm going to start with my feet wide. I'm going to push my hips out to the left, raise my left arm, and bring it over the head. Try to go as far as you can. And then if you want a little bit more stretch, push your shoulders to the right And now the other side. Bring the right arm up over the head, flex to the side. Push your hips out to the right. And now come back. All right. Do some stretching on your own if you want to after this. You always want to stretch every day, whether you're working out with doing this or doing something else. I always want to stay stretched out, keep those muscles nice and supple. All right, well, thanks for another great day. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you next time when we do another low impact workout. Thanks.